Hi everyone. Up till now, we've been mostly working in our home directory. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how the Unix file system is organized. First of all, the contents of the hard drive are organized into files and directories. And under one directory, you can have several files and other directories, as here in my home directory, which we can see using ls. There is a special directory on all Unix computers called the root directory. And this is signified by a /. So let's access the root directory using the command cd, change directory. So cd / and then enter. As you might have guessed, the root directory is the topmost directory of the Unix directory hierarchy. All other directories are indirectly subdirectories of this root directory. Let's list the contents of the root using ls. And then enter. We can see that the root directory on this computer has a subdirectory called users. Inside users, there's a directory mpsilve, and that is actually my home directory. So let's check ls users. I'm using tab completion here, and then enter. I can see that mpsilve is one of these directories inside the users directory, and that's my username. So the root directory is an ancestor directory of my home directory. By the way, the directory which contains all home directories is called users on BSD Unix, which the Mac operating system is based on. But it is usually called home on Linux systems. So you might have home here instead of users. There are a couple of standard directories that are typically going to be present in root. One of them we already saw, users on Mac and home on Linux. Another one is bin. It contains executable programs that are necessary in order to use and maintain a Unix system. Let's see what's in bin using the ls command. So ls bin and then enter. Many of these you have already seen. cat for examining files and cp for copying files. And there are others too. For example, ls for listing the contents of a directory. So when you type ls, the command line interpreter actually executes the program ls from this bin directory. And to see which command is being executed, you can use the command which. So which ls and hit enter. This tells us that when we type ls, the command line interpreter actually executes the program ls from this bin directory. Let's list the contents of the root directory again using ls. Another directory which is commonly found here is the temp directory, or tmp. Anyone is allowed to write into this directory and read the contents of this directory, and it is often used for writing information during installation of programs, for example. However, you can't trust that any of this information is going to be available at a later point in time. It can basically be deleted at any time. There are a few more standard directories here, but the only one that I really want to tell you more about is the USR directory, this one. Although you might guess that it contains home directories or other user-related content, it actually doesn't. It contains the bulk of the installed programs and program libraries on this system. So let's enter this USR directory using cd usr and enter. And let's list its contents using ls and enter. We have another bin directory here, and that one has considerably more stuff, at least on my computer. So let's see. Let's run ls bin to see the contents of this directory. And that's a lot of stuff. In the USR bin directory, you find programs which are useful for all users, but are not required for the core operating system. And this includes things like Emacs, the Emacs text editor, and the gzip program for compressing files. So let's check using which. So which Emacs. And it seems that Emacs is actually run from the bin subdirectory of the USR directory. And remember that you can always get back to your own home directory using cd with no argument. So just cd and enter. This was a short look at how the Unix file system is organized.